It is now 6:30. I'd like to call to order this December 22nd, 2022 meeting of the Monessen City Council. Could I have a roll call, please?
Councilman Orchakowski?
Here.
Councilperson Thomas?
Here.
Councilman Nestor?
Present.
Councilman Gregor?
Here.
Mayor Mosher.
Present. At this time, I'd like to ask Pastor Custer to lead us in prayer from the Orchard Church.
It's an honor to get to pray together like this. We're going to agree for some good things for the city here. Let's pray. Lord, I thank you, first of all, for the positive things that seem to be happening. And we attribute these to you, and I ask for continued wisdom and skill for the leaders that are appointed here. Thank you for them. Good, wonderful people. I pray you'd bless them. And we ask your favor on the whole city. Let your blessing just continue to mature and roll as the years go forward here. Let it open wider and wider. I pray, Lord, for this next weekend.
Yes.
We're looking forward to this period of weather disturbance here, and you're in charge of all that. You made it all, and you're bigger than all of it. And so I remember the story where you rebuked wind and waves, and you said we would do the same thing. And so we're taking that authority tonight here, praying for safety and protection for the entire city. Let not any damage occur here. I pray that everybody would be safe and warm in their homes, that you would just provide and protect this city of Monessen. I ask these things because of your great love for the people here. Amen.
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 Pledge of allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. At this time, I'd like to ask council to review the minutes from the previous. Oh, we got an announcement to make here.
There is a recommendation to amend the agenda this evening. The city did receive a proposal from CFS Bank in Charleroi for a tax anticipation note in the amount of $500,000. It's recommended that council takes an action to add the acceptance of the proposal to item number L under the mayor's portion of the meeting. It's recommended that that motion reads, a motion to accept the proposal for a tax anticipation note from CFS Bank in the amount of $500,000 at a 4.5% fixed interest rate.
Thank you.
Need a motion and a second and a vote to amend the agenda, if
Could I,
council so
could I have a
chooses.
motion?
Motion, Mayor.
Is there a second?
I'll second
Call the roll, please.
Councilman Gregor?
it. Aye.
Councilman Nestor?
Aye.
Councilperson Thomas?
Yes.
Councilman Orchakowski?
Yes.
Mayor Mosher.
Yes. Okay, at this time now, I would like to ask that members of the council look at the minutes from the previous November 21st session, and when ready, make a motion to accept them.
And also the December 8th. No? Then we have two.
We have two. There's two, also December the 8th. I'm sorry.
Mayor, I'd like to make a motion for the approval of minutes of previous sessions, November 21st and December 8th, 2022.
Is there a second?
Second, Mayor.
Any questions? Please call the roll.
Councilman Gregor?
Aye.
Councilman Nestor?
Aye.
Councilperson Thomas?
Yes.
Councilman Orchakowski?
Yes.
Mayor Mosher.
Yes. At this time, I'd like to open the floor for public comment on agenda items only.
Ernie Telegraphist. I congratulate you guys getting the TAN note. That should solve a big chunk of the problem starting January. My question is this. I see there's a lot of transfers, a lot of invoices here totaling about $150,000. What, Tony, you told us last time that we're gonna end up with only $46,000.
How much?
$46,000 at the end of the year?
No, we're not gonna end up with 46,000.
Well, how many are you gonna end up?
$131,187.21.
And that's enough to pay all these expenses?
That's after all the bills are paid.
That's after paying these?
That's after paying all the bills.
So you're gonna have
Right.
131,000,
187.21.
187.
And that doesn't touch the garbage either. And I'll go through it in my report, but there's over almost $150,000 in the garbage.
But the mayor told me also about, there's people found 150,000. You talking about that too?
No.
But that's not included? All right. Okay, that's all I wanted to know.
Thank you. Any other questions about agenda items? Do we have any correspondence?
No.
At this time, I'd like to call upon Rosalie to give us first off, solicitor's report.
Thank you, Mayor. Good evening, everybody. Over the past 2 weeks, and you'll see it on tonight's agenda, there is a contract to be approved by council with the clerical workers, the streets and parks union. It is a 6-year contract. It's retroactive for January 1st, 2022. It's technically a freeze for January 1st, 2022 and the whole year of 2022. Beginning in 2023, the employees will receive $1 per year. The contract expires $1 an hour per year, excuse me. The contract expires December 31st, 2027. There's some changes to the health insurance as well. The employees will be paying a co-premium payment to the city. I think that sums everything up for this evening, unless there's any questions regarding that contract.
Thank you.
One more item. WEC still processing through the USDA comments for phase 3. The one item that was left outstanding, and which I assisted the engineers with, is the calculation of liquidated damages. They're almost through all the comments of the USDA, and they're waiting for the USDA to sign off on all the plan specifications and contract documents. That's all I have.
Thank you. The city treasurer is absent today, but our controller is available via the phone. Do you have a report you'd like to present?
Yes, Mayor.
Okay.
The general fund community bank checking account, the bank reconciliation as of November 30th, 2022. The beginning bank balance as of October 31st, 2022 was $397,421.66. Deposits made $206,799. Expenses $303,634.21. The ending balance as of November 30th, 2022 was $300,586.45. The outstanding checks amounted to $24,938.74. Outstanding deposits $8,107.99. Reconciliation, the balance to the bank statement is $283,755.70. That's my report, Your Honor.
Thank you. At this time, I want to spend just a couple of minutes and talk about some of the things that are going on here in the city right now and bring everybody up to date. First off, this week, our police department was awarded a grant of $268,570. This is from the Pennsylvania Commission on Crime and Delinquency, otherwise known as the PCCD. This money is allocated for very specific items needed by the police department, most notably for computer systems, cameras, personal body cams and police car cams, and personal protection equipment. I think this is a wonderful thing, and I'm quite happy with the police and their efforts in order to get this grant through. It's really something to be commended. Also, as was pointed out, we have reached an agreement with the non-uniform union employees, and it's basically for 5 more years. I think that it is absolutely a win-win for both sides. This is a fantastic thing that we both worked long and hard for. My hat's off to the people in the union and to Joy for seeing this through to the end. It's really done good. The other thing is across the street at 544 Donner, the red building next to the old bank building, that has gone out for bid. The bids will be open tomorrow. So that bid, we'll find out exactly how that comes to be, and assuming that somebody meets the requirements and wins the bid, then that building will be coming down probably early in January. So that's another good thing. We've been working very diligently on the TAN note, and that's something that everybody needs to really understand. A TAN note is not a loan. It is a tax anticipation note. It is a lot more closely related to maybe a payday advance or something. They're going to get paid when you get paid. The bottom line is it's something that is described by the state, is defined by the state. We follow the state's rules as defined by DCED, and for reasons I still don't understand, Community Bank doesn't understand those rules. They don't understand what a TAN note is. They basically said no. So we reached out to PNC Bank and CFS Bank, both of which were very positive responses. CFS Bank is by far the one that is most appealing to us, in so much as they've got it together. They sent me a note just about an hour ago. It says, just for your information, the underwriting has been completed and our credit department has recommended the TAN note for approval. I do not expect any pushback from my board of directors. I cannot tell you that it is officially approved until the board signs off, but I do not anticipate any problems going forward. Based on what your counsel says tonight, I would suggest that we start moving forward beginning of next week with the processing of a TAN documents so we'd be ready to close early as possible in January, which is the reason why we had the motion added to the agenda this evening. One of the things that's near and dear to my heart, in being mayor, you see lots of things, and I know that there's lots of people very struggling in this city, and it's tough. It's tough for many different reasons. I'm concerned. We have a major storm coming upon us. Temperatures are expected to be -20 with a wind chill, and some forecasts are even more. We're going to do a couple of things. We're going to open up the Civic Center, and Pastor Custer has also indicated he will open up the Orchard Church. For those people that have problem keeping their house warm, they are invited to come to either of these places. There will be no weapons allowed. There'll be no pets allowed. There'll be no fighting. If you have some bedding or something you're comfortable with, or blankets, please feel free to bring them. We will have limited number of cots available. We'll try to set up some activities to keep people busy. But to be honest, this could last 3 days. 3 days if you don't have good heat. That's scary. There's a lot at risk there. And I want to make sure that our police department, our fire department are periodically making checks on people that they think might be at risk, and making sure that they understand that we do have some resources available. This will be primarily driven by the Salvation Army as far as the administration of the plans that we've got going forward. Another thing that I want to just talk about very quickly was Portnoy. We agreed to use Portnoy for garbage collection, and that's something that as council we think is very important. But bear in mind, Portnoy is a debt collector, and they are an aggressive debt collector. They were presented with a person that wrote it that is trying to do a settlement now, just to give you an idea of what kinds of things happen. There's a person that goes back to 2006 that hasn't paid the garbage bill. They've been working hard with the county to pay all their taxes. They're almost caught up, working with payment plans, getting that going, and they're now trying to address the garbage bill. The face value of the garbage bill is $2,500, but then you've got to add to that an interest that they charge, which is $1,381, and then they add attorney fees of $3,400. Then they add a court cost of $837, and when it all comes out, they're saying you got to pay $8,246 to clear this garbage bill. That's tough for a lot of people. Now, first thing is, people should understand: don't ever get behind on your garbage bill. They are aggressive with their garbage collection. This is something that's being litigated. It's being discussed, and they're asking for us to make some sort of counter offer to this, to discount it somewhat. My suggestion was we discount it by about $1,300. We would actually get more than face value back from what we have for garbage bills, but it would also cover some of the cost of the lawyers and so forth.
Doesn't the council have a ceiling for this debt collector charge?
No. They are, well, maybe, but that's not, it may be, but they're collecting a debt for us, and they're effective at collecting it. Now, we can address this particular case, but realistically, I would like to suggest something that we talk about amongst the council. Back in 2015, there was an amnesty program that was presented. And this amnesty program reduced the amount of money that Portnoy would charge for the things and that we would charge and so forth. As it turns out, in 2015, and they had full cooperation of Portnoy. Did you have a chance to get anything from them?
They didn't get back to me yet, but I did reach out to them.
Okay, so I would like to continue reaching out to Portnoy to see if they would be interested in working on an agreement to do a joint amnesty program. What that will do, and what this did in 2015, from the best that I can tell from the notes that we kept, about half the people went into the amnesty program and paid their debt. So there's still a half that is deceased or out of the country or out of the town or whatever that just didn't do anything at all. But it was successful for about half the garbage bills. That's significant because talking to Amy back there today, I think that we have as much as $150,000 from last year alone that is back, that is due. So I think there's a lot of room to happen there. The bottom line is, I would be interested in hearing from anybody on council what they think about proceeding with this. It'll come up in the next meeting, not this meeting, but something we can talk about.
Question, Mayor, this wouldn't be like a yearly program that you're thinking of?
No, this would be a one-time deal. They would be given a certain time frame, maybe 4 or 6 months, to make good on the program.
I just didn't want to see people like, hey, you know what, I'm not going to pay my garbage, and then I'm going to wait for this amnesty program to come down the pike, and then, then I'll settle down to something, but it's all, yeah.
Right. Yeah, exactly.
No, thank you, Mayor. I was just kind of curious if it wasn't going to be like a yearly thing coming up.
No, the last time this was done was 2015. It seemed to be successful back then. It was offered for a 4-month period, I believe, is all the time you had in order to get everything cleared up.
Do you know how many people participated in that?
About half the people that were delinquent in their taxes, in their garbage bill.
Thank you.
And to the city got the face value on all that 50%. That they paid the 50% plus some interest. They did not get off scot-free. There was not a free and clear deal, but rather an opportunity for them to get a discount on the $8,000 that this particular person has on a $2,500 garbage bill.
But basically, we need to hear back from Portnoy.
We need to get their participation. If this is going to be successful, they've got to chip in as well.
Sign off on it.
They've got to sign off.
Yeah, I believe the city waived the entirety of the penalty and interest, but Portnoy did have some services provided. At least in 2015, they waived 50% of their fees.
Tell them to do it again.
Hey Ernie, you pay your bills? I pay my bills.
The thing is, this businesses don't even pay it.
Oh, I'm aware. I'm aware.
They're never gonna come down on people who got hard times. Man, I can't buy that.
Some of it isn't hard times, some of it is just they didn't
Most
pay.
of it is.
Not most of it. Some of it, the people not here.
Yeah, some of them have deceased and gone away and everything
You're
else.
never, you're never gonna collect that.
Right.
Compromise is the best, that's all.
But it does stick with the property, and that tarnishes the property going forward too. So we will have to address that at some point too. All right, the last thing I wanted to mention very quickly is something that's obviously missing from the agenda tonight. I apologize. I was pushing to get him to show up, but Cipher and Cipher is not here tonight. Cipher and Cipher has been here twice since the last time that we did have a meeting. They have been diligent in going through the line usage account, and so far it looks like they've identified something in excess of $140,000 that was legitimately spent out of our general fund that can be credited to the line usage. That against a $440,000 bill that we're faced with otherwise. So that would get it down to about $300,000. Because this is line usage, and because this line usage money is to pay back the USDA, and the USDA is a 40-year loan, then when we get ready to do this next time, assuming we agree to this, and I think we really have to, my suggestion would be that we do it at the same rate the USDA loan is for over the same period, and we end up paying about $800 a month for the next 40 years to get this taken care of. That's all the new business I wanted to do. I do have a proclamation that I want to read. A lot of people may not recognize this name, but it's an important name to the city of Monessen. Whereas John Husher and his twin brother Ken were born to John and Virginia Husher at the height of the Great Depression on February the 2nd, 1932, on Rostraver Street in Monessen. And whereas John participated in the band, the German band, the orchestra, the glee club, the operetta lead, the Ushers Club, the Latin Club, the Student Council, the senior play, shortstop on the baseball team, and was vice president of his 1950 class. And whereas John served in the Korean War and was honorably discharged in 1954, and whereas John graduated with a Bachelor of Science degree in electrical engineering, and whereas John became an expert in integrated circuit production and earned 23 patents, and whereas John became a manager in taking a small public company and creating a highly successful analog semiconductor company, and whereas John established the Husher Scholarship, which has awarded over $5 million to over 500 students in Monessen, and gifted the Monessen Public Library with a $25,000 as a friend of the library, and whereas John is hopeful that one or more of these students will be successful in their career and continue a payback to the high school and the town he grew up in. Resolved, I hereby proclaim that February the 2nd will become John Husher Day for Monessen now and forevermore. And this will go to the school system for being presented up there as well. At this time, we can get on to our motions for the day. Somebody like to read some motions? I've talked enough.
I'd like to make a motion to approve the agreement between the City of Monessen and American Federation of State, County, and Municipal Employees, AFL-CIO Council 83, Local 769, effective January 1st, 2022 through December 31st, 2027.
Is there a second?
Second, Mayor.
Is there any questions? Please call the roll.
Councilman Gregor?
Aye.
Councilman Nestor?
Aye.
Councilperson Thomas?
Yes.
Councilman Orchakowski?
Yes.
Mayor Mosher?
Yes. And I'd really like to say this is a fantastic
Yes,
thing.
it is. Yes, it is. I'd like to make a motion to approve contractor's payment request number 11, sewer rehabilitation project phase 4, MON 2021-02. The payment request number 11 includes payment application number 4 for Reynolds Brother Inc. in an amount of $40,893.11, and also includes WC's invoice number 2022-169B WC Construction LS estimate number 7 in the amount of $18,152.98 that was previously submitted for council's approval.
Is there a second?
Second.
Any questions? Please call the roll.
Councilperson Thomas,
Yes.
Councilman Orchakowski,
Yes.
Councilman Nestor,
Aye.
Councilman Gregor,
Aye.
Mayor Mosher.
Yes.
I'd like to make a motion to correct a previous motion of council to authorize the city administrator and solicitor of the city of Monessen to accept the recommended health insurance policy by Huntington Advisors and UPMC, which was required to be entered into prior to the December 1st, 2022 contractual deadline. An independent review of the policy by the city clerk of the city of Monessen indicated that the policy not only saved the city money, but also provided a better policy with lower deductibles. The solicitor also indicated that the policy met the union contractual requirements.
Is there a second?
Second.
Any questions? Call the roll.
Councilman Gregor,
Aye.
Councilman Nestor,
Aye.
Councilperson Thomas,
Yes.
Councilman Orchakowski,
Yes.
Mayor Mosher.
Yes.
I'd like to make a motion to accept the resignation of William Hines as a member of the Monessen Redevelopment Authority effective December 12th, 2022.
Is there a second?
Second, Mayor.
Any questions? Call the roll.
Councilman Gregor,
Aye.
Councilman Nestor,
Aye.
Councilman Orchakowski,
Yes.
Councilperson Thomas,
Yes.
Mayor Mosher.
Yes. Before you read the next one, I want to make sure, I believe we did advertise these positions early in the year, is that correct?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, my question would be, is you advertised for the ones that were open then? This one wasn't open.
Well, it was open, advertised for positions, period.
And you can do it once a year and then just keep reappointing people for
Well-
each time? I'm asking the solicitor.
There's no legal requirement that these be
Good
advertised.
enough for me. Good enough for me.
It's been a city practice, however.
Good enough for me.
Okay, is there go ahead.
I'd like to make a motion to appoint Bishop William C. Bass Sr. to a term on the Monessen Redevelopment Authority commencing January 1st, 2023, for a 5-year term ending on January 1st, 2028.
Is there a second?
Second, Mayor.
Tie.
You can have it.
Any questions? Call the roll.
Councilman Gregor,
Aye.
Councilman Nestor,
Aye.
Councilperson Thomas,
Yes.
Councilman Orchakowski,
Yes.
Mayor Mosher.
Yes.
I'd like to make a motion to accept the second year of the contract with Noble Environmental, County Hauling, for refuse services and collection within the city of Monessen for the 2023 calendar year, at a payment of $48,517.24 per month, based upon an annual payment of $582,206.92. The upcoming 2023 meeting schedule of the Mon Valley Refuse Disposal Authority is also attached in your packets as Exhibit 1.
Is there a second?
Second, Mayor.
Any questions? I'd like to simply point out that this may not be even material because we approved the 3-year contract last year. So this is just year number 2. Please call the roll.
Councilperson Thomas,
Yes.
Councilman Orchakowski,
Yes.
Councilman Nestor,
Aye.
Councilman Gregor,
Aye.
Mayor Mosher.
Yes. I think I kind of already talked about this, but the next one was a discussion on the efforts with Portnoy in order to work some sort of amnesty program. So I'm going to skip that one.
So I'd like to make a motion to promote Amy Aaronsberger to the position of Deputy Treasurer within the city of Monessen.
Is there a second?
Second, Mayor.
Any questions?
Statement. Amy, thank you so much for all your hard work you do for the Treasurer's Department and for my department. Thank you.
Congratulations.
Call the roll.
Congratulations.
Let's call the roll. Make it official.
Councilperson Thomas,
Yes.
Councilman Orchakowski,
Yes.
Councilman Nestor,
Aye.
Councilman Gregor,
Aye.
Mayor Mosher.
Aye.
Amen. I'd like to make a motion to hire Lori Ann Snyder Sergi to the position of Treasury Clerk within the city of Monessen.
Is there a second?
I'll second it.
Any questions? Call the roll.
Mayor. Is this, I mean, this is, when did we talk about this? That's 4 months ago.
4 months ago, that's right. It's taken us that long. They offered the job, and they're just now get the union complete.
I know that, okay. Is this the same, I don't remember, is this the same people that
Yes.
interviewed for the job?
Yes.
Yeah.
It's been long enough ago, I don't remember.
Yes.
It's the same folk, right?
Yeah, same folks.
Well, and we were just waiting for the union contract to be
Okay, I
settled.
just wanted to make sure.
And that was a promise made to
Wow,
them.
it was like September when we did that.
Yes, we've been holding our breath that long.
Okay, thank you.
Call the roll.
Councilman Gregor?
Aye.
Councilman Nestor?
Aye.
Councilperson Thomas?
Yes.
Councilman Orchakowski?
Yes.
Mayor Mosher?
Yes.
I'd like to make a motion to hire George Chacolis to the position of accounts payable clerk within the city of Monessen.
Is there a second?
Second, Mayor.
Any questions? Call the roll.
Councilman Nestor?
Aye.
Councilman Orchakowski?
Yes.
Councilperson Thomas?
Yes.
Councilman Gregor?
Aye.
Mayor Mosher?
Yes.
I want to thank the new employees for being so patient for us. Thank you.
Yes.
I'd like to make a motion to advertise for the position of laborer streets employee within the city of Monessen to replace the position of retiring Mark Kravitz.
Is there a second?
Second, Mayor.
Any questions? Call the roll.
Councilman Gregor?
Aye.
Councilman Nestor?
Aye.
Councilperson Thomas?
Yes.
Councilman Orchakowski?
Yes.
Mayor Mosher?
Yes.
Let Joey read that.
You want to read my
Let Joey, you can read that.
You want to
I'll let you read it.
This is the agenda item for the amended agenda. It's a motion to accept the proposal for a tax anticipation note from CFS Bank in the amount of $500,000 at a 4.5% fixed interest rate.
Is there a motion?
Second, Mayor.
Well, I think
Oh,
you-
a motion, Mayor, motion.
Is there a second?
I'll second.
Any questions? Call the roll.
I don't know if I want it now.
Councilman Orchakowski?
Can you hear me?
I'm sorry.
I said, I don't know if I want it now,
Well, you can always pay it back in one lump sum.
Yeah.
but I have to still pay 4.5% interest.
Once you get it, you just cut them a check back, you don't pay anything.
Well, that's over a year, and if you pay it back immediately, you got no interest, so there you be.
I gotta think about this. Yes.
Councilperson Thomas?
Yes.
Councilman Nestor?
Yeah, yes.
Councilman
Aye.
Gregor?
Aye.
Mayor Mosher?
Maybe I can reject it. I say aye too. At this time, I'd like to turn it over to Ordenchowski for his report.
Maybe everybody will get my name right after a year. I'm not sure. Okay, I'd like to make a motion to pay the following invoices from the general fund in the amount of $79,330.76. All invoices are attached to this agenda as attachment A.
Is there a second?
Second, Mayor.
Any questions? Call the roll.
Councilman Gregor?
Aye.
Councilman Nestor?
Aye.
Councilperson Thomas?
Yes.
Councilman Orchakowski?
Yes.
Mayor Mosher?
Yes.
Make a motion to pay the following invoices from the recreational account in the amount of $647.32. All invoices are attached to this agenda as attachment B.
Is there a second?
Second, Mayor.
Any questions? Call the roll.
Councilperson Thomas?
Yes.
Councilman Nestor?
Aye.
Councilman Orchakowski?
Yes.
Councilman Gregor?
Aye.
Mayor Mosher?
Yes.
Motion to pay the following invoices from the Parks Fund in the amount of $225. All invoices are attached to the agenda as attachment C.
Is there a second?
Second, Mayor.
Any questions? Call the roll.
Councilman Gregor?
Aye.
Councilman Nestor?
Aye.
Councilperson Thomas?
Yes.
Councilman Orchakowski?
Yes.
Mayor Mosher?
Yes.
Motion to pay the following invoices from the Grant Fund in the amount of $3,035. All invoices are attached to this agenda as attachment D.
Is there a second?
Second, Mayor.
Any questions? Call the roll.
Councilperson Thomas?
Yes.
Councilman Orchakowski?
Yes.
Councilman Nestor?
Aye.
Councilman Gregor?
Aye.
Mayor Mosher?
Yes.
Motion to transfer $30,553.24 from the American Rescue Fund account to the general fund for purposes of lost revenue for assistance in the payment of police salaries and related expenditures.
Is there a second?
Second.
Any questions? Call.
What will that leave us with in that account, in the ARP money?
I will give you that as soon as I'm done on the last two.
Okay.
Okay. Was there a second?
Yep.
Okay.
Nestor.
Call the roll then.
Councilperson Thomas?
Yes.
Councilman Orchakowski?
Yes.
Councilman Nestor?
Aye.
Councilman Gregor?
Aye.
Mayor Mosher?
Yes.
Motion to transfer $53,558.23 from the general fund to the payroll account.
Is there a second?
Second.
Any questions? Call the roll.
Councilman Gregor?
Aye.
Councilman Nestor?
Aye.
Councilman Orchakowski?
Yes.
Councilperson Thomas?
Yes.
Mayor Mosher?
Yes.
Motion for second reading and passage of ordinance 1262, an ordinance of the city of Monessen, county of Westmoreland, Commonwealth of Pennsylvania, appropriating some specific sums estimated to be required for the specific purpose of the municipal government, hereafter set forth during the year 2023.
Is there a second?
Second.
Any questions? Call the roll.
Councilman Gregor?
Aye.
Councilman Nestor?
Aye.
Councilperson Thomas?
Yes.
Councilman Orchakowski?
Yes.
Mayor Mosher?
Yes.
And a motion for the second reading and passage of ordinance 1263, an ordinance of the city of Monessen, county of Westmoreland, Commonwealth of Pennsylvania, fixing the tax rate for the year 2023.
Is there a second?
Second.
Any questions? Call the roll.
Councilperson Thomas?
Yes.
Councilman Orchakowski?
Yes.
Councilman Nestor?
Aye.
Councilman Gregor?